Hello there, this is Teacher Ann. This is Literacy 6, your English as a Second Language class, and I am excited to start week 2 of learning together about how to get involved in our community. You have done so well. Here you are watching a YouTube video using the recording device. You are using a laptop. You are joining Zoom meetings. We've had a couple of weeks of heavy learning, and I'm proud of you. Many of you have joined News ELA. That's our classroom, Literacy 6 classroom in News ELA, where you have been reading articles. You read an article about a tiger last week, a tiger that sadly has coronavirus because this virus has jumped from animals to humans. A very dangerous and very new situation for diseases in our world. Well, thank you for taking the quiz at the end of the News ELA article, because that's going to help News ELA know how well you are understanding and learning from their reading. So your next article, the next article you log on to, will be at your reading level. So they'll help you move right up in your reading level, improving level by level at a pace that is just right for you. I really appreciate that. Well, you can see me here on one side of the screen, but mostly I am hoping you can see the page in Canvas for our class, Literacy 6. Here on the home page are instructions, things to know. You can go back to this module even after 6 weeks and say, how was it? What was it that I was supposed to do in Canvas? How do I use Zoom? So you can go back and watch again and listen again to ways that we can help you engage. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, I'm recording on Monday night, the 13th. Tomorrow night, either at 5:30 or at 7 o'clock, we will have our Zoom meeting. Just choose one Zoom meeting and join us. So this week I wanted to review. Here is the module for week 1. Get involved, lesson 1. News ELA, a great place to answer and read. And then now we're in week 2. And here is the lesson in Get Involved that I wanted to show you. I'm going to click on this lesson. Here we are. Write about the questions and talk with the class about them on Zoom next week. How do people improve their communities? Have you ever tried to solve a problem in your community, school, or workplace? If so, what was the problem? What did you do? You'll be writing that in your notebook. You'll be writing the date that you did that lesson. And the answers to your questions are here in your notebook. You can take a picture of this and send it to me at astutthoff@yvcc.edu. All right, let's move on and look at the next lesson. How will I move on? I'll push this button, next. It will load. Here we are. Write a letter. Follow the directions on section B. Write a letter about one of the problems you wrote about in section A. Look at the model. Get involved. Lesson 2:1. Let's find that model. Let's go back and see if we can find the model of that lesson previous means the one before. So I'm clicking to go back. And I'm going to find out, oh, I did not upload the lesson. So I'm going to upload the lesson for you while you watch. This will be fun. We go to Files, and I go to Upload a new file. And I will go to a folder, choose the file. I'll find it here on my desktop in YVCC ESL Lessons. Literacy 6. Step Forward Units. I think I put it here. Yep. Unit 10. Getting Involved. Get Involved. Unit 10. 2.1 through 2.5. Here it is. Oops, I think that's the wrong one. Let's upload the right one. I'm glad I make mistakes. It's embarrassing if you want to be perfect, but I'm not perfect. I know that I'm learning a lot of things, and maybe some of you need to learn to upload files too, or how to get the right one. I need Unit 10, and I need Lesson 2.1. I'm going to read the letter that you're going to read, and I want to read it out loud to you first. It will look like this when we upload it. Last time, we looked at how to write a cover letter when we were talking about Get a Job last quarter in Unit 6. Some of you were with me last quarter. This is a very similar pattern, except this letter is going to be written to solve a problem in the community. What kind of problem might you write about? You might write about a problem with a boss. Maybe you have a boss that does something that you don't think is right. Or maybe you have a community member, a city council member, someone in leadership that does not follow the rules, and you think that's wrong. The letter that you will write will be to solve a problem, and it will follow this pattern. I can show you how it is that you're going to write the letter in just a moment. Let's get this file loaded here. I don't want this one, so I'm going to remove it. You start my sentence with a capital letter. Okay, I want Unit 10. This is the one I want. There it is. Get Involved, Stepping Forward, Unit 10. I wonder if it's the whole thing. Okay, then I should see it here. It'll load in just a moment. Hey, that's lesson 1. There it is. I want this word right over here. That's what I want. And I'm going to put this down below and a space here. Okay. Now let's see if we can find what we're looking for. Let's save this. I have not published this module yet because we haven't met on Tuesday. It is Monday, and this lesson will be due next week. All right. I want to show you the letter, and I want to read it to you so that you can know a little more about the lesson this week than you did last. Here is last week's lesson. Here is this week's. Write a letter about a problem in the community. Here are the questions you're going to write in your notebook, the answers to. And here is the instructions for the letter. It tells you, write your return address. Here is the letter. What is it? That is a model for you, and the one that I want to read out loud. That's crazy. I know why. It's missing the page. All right, I'm going to make myself bigger and show you the letter I'm talking about. I'll upload it onto the module later. Alan Hart is the one who's sending the letter. He is including his address, 1856 Arroyo Street, Edison, Texas, and the zip code. He writes on July 12th. That's the date. And this is the person he's writing to, Miss Tonya Butler, Country Council member, District 3, her address in Edison, Texas, with the zip code. He writes a greeting to her, Dear Ms. Butler. Ms. is a term we use when a woman doesn't need to know whether she's married or whether she's not married. So it's a term that we use for women when we don't need to know whether they're married or not. Mrs. is a married woman. Miss is not married. Dear Ms. Butler, I am writing to ask for your help with a problem in our community. I live in the Melrose neighborhood near the intersection of Pine and Arroyo Streets. I'm very concerned about people who walk across the street at this intersection. The traffic light changes too quickly. I think we need to make it more time that the light stays red. Older people who walk with canes or walkers cannot make it across the street in time. Parents with children also have a difficult time. I have timed the light, and it changes from green to yellow to red in 13 seconds. If the light stayed red for 5 more seconds, everyone would be able to cross safely. Oh, he says, here's the problem. I have an idea how to solve the problem. I would like, now this last paragraph says what he would like the council